Today I want to talk to you about prayer. You know, in the book of Colossians, in the last chapter, it says that we need to devote our prayer with good intentions and with thankful hearts. When I first became a Christian, my pastor said to me, he said, if you really want to be successful, which I did want to be, you need to do 4 things. And the second thing he talked to me about was the fact that we talk to Jesus every day. And I've made that a real time of intense devotion to Christ. And every day I spend time alone with him and getting to know him better. And I want to encourage you today with your prayer life that every morning when you get up, you not only read the scriptures, but you spend time alone with God. Alone with God. That is so important. I found over the years that as I've spent time alone with God, that my knowledge of him has grown and grown. And one of the things that I love and appreciate about knowing God is that because I spend time with him, I not only speak to him, tell him I love him, not only make requests to him, but because I listen, I now and again hear his voice. And that to me in my Christian life has been so important, hearing the voice of God, knowing that God is speaking to me and talking to me about where I need to go. Now, I'm not saying that every day God speaks to me, but on special moments, I know I hear the voice of God and God instructs me of where I should be going and what I should be doing. 2.5 years ago, and I'm talking about one of these latest incidences, I was at a conference, and this conference was for ministers and leaders. And the man preached, and he was really encouraging me because at that time I wanted to know what the will of God was for my life for the future. And I was wanting to know what doors were the right doors to go through and what doors were the wrong doors and I didn't need to go through. And when he finished preaching, he said, now go and pray it in, because sometimes that's what happens at these conventions. And so I went off and I was really sincere in my prayer to God. God, I really want to know. Please help me to know what your will is for me. And in that sincerity of prayer, the heavens were like brass. I never heard a thing. And when I came back, I don't know if you're a bit like me, I was a bit disappointed with the Almighty. I said, God, you know how sincere I am and how close I am to you? And as I walked back down the aisle, I heard the voice of God speak to me. He said, I couldn't answer your prayer. I said, you couldn't answer my prayer? Why? Because there's no doors left on for you. Wherever you want to go, you will go. And people will invite you to go to places that you never thought you would. Since then, I've had at least 12 or 14 incidences where that has happened. Now, I believe that's because over my years, I've spent time in prayer and getting to know the Almighty. You might just be beginning on your road. Let me encourage you that you continue to pray every morning, seeking God, knowing what he wants for you to do, and being obedient to his word. God will encourage you and you will grow. God bless you.